everyone, it's Colin Smith here from photoshopCAFE, and today I'm really excited. I'm at BenQ's office in Costa Mesa, California, and we are looking at this beautiful display here. This is digital signage, and this is the SH04, but this is the 65-inch model, so this is the SH6504. Comes in three sizes. It comes in a 55-inch, a 65-inch, and a 75-inch model. So the question you might be asking is, why do I need a display this big, or is this just a television? Well, it's not just a television, because this is actually the world's first Pantone verified digital signage, which means that we have accurate colors. Right now, here is the SW photographer monitor from BenQ, and if you look at this, these colors match perfectly, and I'm going to go through different slides here showing you some different colors, and these are perfectly calibrated. So there's three big usage scenarios I can think of. One is digital signage. Like maybe you have a studio, you have an office, you want to hang this on the wall, and you want to display your work. You want to display your photography. Maybe you've got clients, you're an artist, photographer. And one of the problems is the screen. When you put this on a television, the colors are never right. It's too bright, it's too dark. It just never really shows it faithfully. So being able to calibrate this and have the accurate colors, and by the way, this is 95% DCI-P3, 99% sRGB, and it works in different modes. In a minute, I'm going to show you MBook mode, where it will match the MacBook Pro. Right now, it's actually connected to a Windows machine. So this has 800 nits of brightness, so you could put it in a bright area and you can still see it beautifully. The other thing that's nice is it has an anti-glare on it. And if I actually bring up my phone here, I'm just going to put the light on the phone. You can have a little bit of a look and see. So here's the flashlight. And if I put this on here, you can see the reflection. It's very minimal. So it has a very good viewing angle. You can look at it from anywhere, and you're going to have consistent brightness, consistent colors, no matter where you are. There's another couple of scenarios I could think of this being really useful. One is if you're shooting and you want to do a tethered shoot. I work with clients sometimes who demand a screen like this. And actually, before this was available, we were using a television screen. So we would connect it to my MacBook Pro, I would be shooting, and in fact, the client would refuse to do the shoot unless we could have it on a big screen and he could see it. And any of you working with commercial shoots, you're probably familiar with that. Art directors, stakeholders want to see what's happening on the screen. But even if you're shooting models, it can really help their confidence to see instant feedback. What are you shooting? It helps them. They know what poses are working. But also when you're working as a photographer, when you look at a nice large screen, you can see the details on your shot, and it's going to help you, just instead of looking at a tiny little viewfinder and then you find out later your focus was off slightly, you can see it on here. Now, when tethering, normally you have to make excuses with the client. You say, hey, what you see on the screen is not quite what it really is. Look at my laptop, this is the brightness, just look at this for composition. Okay, right now I have this connected to my MacBook Pro, and this is set into MBook mode. And when you look at it, the colors match like beautifully here. I was looking at some other test pictures. So we're going to do a quick tethered shoot here. We actually brought in a model all the way from Taiwan. His name is Archie. And let's go ahead and get a shot of Archie. So we take the picture, and there we go. And for those of you who know, this is the BenQ Lion. And as you can see, it looks beautiful. What I'm seeing on my MacBook Pro here is perfectly matching what's here. So if I'm working with my client and I'm doing a shoot, I can, start to shoot. And this is Lightroom, which has really good tethering with Sony, Canon, and Nikon, and Fuji now as well. Yep, they just added Fuji recently. So this is 4K with a 1200:1 contrast ratio. But when I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the text on here, this is nice. This is sharp. It's not like looking at a blurry TV. If you wanted to use this as your monitor, I wouldn't suggest putting it on your desk like 3 inches away from your nose. But if you were sitting here at the desk, you could quite easily use this as a monitor, which would also be if you're inside some kind of a conference situation and you've got a number of people looking at the display, you can comfortably show this and it's going to be crisp. You can read all the text on here, just like on a regular monitor. And the other thing that's pretty cool about this is right now you're looking at horizontal. We can also flip this around and use it in vertical mode. And so as you can see here, we can have it horizontal or vertical. So with the SH04, you can actually see the true colors that are happening on the camera. And then that brings me to the other scenario where I would find this really useful, presentations. I have done many, many presentations, corporate presentations in small rooms like this, and also, bigger environments, trade shows. And they haul out TVs, and if you've ever gone to a trade show and you've seen, a presentation on the show floor, you hear it every single time. Every presenter gets up there and says, it looks a little different on my laptop. Just try to imagine what it looks like. Well, guess what? With this, people don't have to imagine anymore. They can actually see the true colors without you having to make excuses. So by the way, if you're setting these up, whether you're running in a studio, you could be at a school, you could be anywhere. This is designed to be always on 24/7. It works wirelessly, it has an Android operating system, has 8 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs internal storage. You can connect to the Play Store, download your favorite apps, and run them right on here. You can also control it wirelessly, so you could use different apps. But the thing that's crazy about this is you can run it 24/7, and it's rated to last up to 50,000 hours. So you're going to get a lot of use out of this. So as I mentioned before, we are here at one of BenQ's offices. Come up, Art. So you guys might know Art from Art is Right on YouTube, right? That's your channel?
Pretty much.
And so Art is an expert on all things color and calibration. And I think I forgot to mention some of the specs here. What did I forget to say?
The panel is 10-bit with a contrast ratio of 1200 to 1. So 10-bit's going to show really great colors. You're going to get, 1.07 billion colors that you can see on the screen. It's going to be really awesome for photos.
All right. So if you guys want to know anything about calibration, setting up your monitors, color, all that kind of stuff, check out Art is Right on YouTube. So BenQ also has the SL series at a little bit less of a price point. They're not quite as bright and they don't quite have as much gamut, but they're still great. But they come in a variety of sizes. They come in a 43, a 55, a 65, 75, and an 86 inch. So there's quite a lot of different sizes available in those. So check those out as well. And by the way, this is not like looking at a television. This is like looking at a monitor. This is a BenQ professional display, and it just looks sharp. It looks beautiful. Lots of details, very crisp. But anyway, I'm curious to hear your thoughts underneath. Drop them in the comments. And if you're new, welcome to the cafe. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and you won't miss any of my tutorials. And by the way, I'll put a link underneath here if you want to know more about this beautiful display.